to the Clarion Energy News Studio here in Nairobi. Joining me is David Mwangi, and we're going to be talking about what happened at Future Energy East Africa and the outlook. Thank you for joining me, David.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, at the opening address yesterday, we had the Principal Secretary from the Ministry and we had some other key industry experts on the panel. What was the main takeaway message for you from that opening address?
I think for me, I'm always looking to the future, and the takeaway, what is likely to be happening in the region, in the Eastern African region, also in Kenya, because we have a new Energy Act that brings in some key and important reforms in the power sector. So it was good to hear what the PS had to say.
Yes.
And also the issues of power interconnections, where we should already be interconnected with several other countries, but for various reasons, the interconnection projects themselves have taken much longer than what had been projected, and there is need to make sure that they are completed in the near future.
Do you think that the regional power pool should play a more strategic role in terms of that interconnection?
I think they should definitely, particularly in a situation where you have some countries with surplus capacity and others with shortfalls. But also, quite importantly, you have some with low-cost electricity that they can sell to those who, even if they may have adequate capacity, is costly power. So they could benefit by buying more power from their neighbors to offset some of their more costly power. But without the lines, then that can't be done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Were there other key takeaways for you from that session?
Yes, it is first of all for me, and maybe not so much from the session, but from what I would have hoped to hear is what we are going to be doing to promote more regional power trade, get the power trade, the interconnectors back on track, but also create more demand, because yesterday it was stated how the issue of surplus power is a concern. Personally, I don't think it is as much as we take it, but it is important that we develop the demand so that we better match the supply and the demand. Having too much supply in a situation where power purchase agreements are on a take-or-pay basis or deemed generated energy payments basis is costly. So it's good to optimize by matching more closely the power capacity and the demand itself. Yeah.
So these are things that you would have liked to have heard come out of that opening address. So let's talk about the wish list for 2020 in the East African region. What do you foresee happening, and what would you like to see happen?
What I would really love to see happening, and some of it I feel is going to happen. First of all, the big highway, Ethiopia to Kenya interconnection, by mid next year. I hope by May we should get it, or at worst by June. And then the line from Kenya to Tanzania by end of the year. In the near future, maybe in the next few years also, Tanzania to Zambia. That may take much longer because it is in a more tentative stage and only study stage. But the lines under construction, those I would like to see completed, including also the Kenya to Uganda line, which has been stalled due to some difficulties that the contractor was facing. And also a line between Uganda and Rwanda and associated substation, again because of a problem that the contractor faced. So my wish would be to see this finally done and power start flowing between these countries. I know Kenya has some power purchase agreement with Rwanda. Rwanda may also be thinking of buying power direct from Ethiopia at a lower rate. And it can only happen if these transmission lines are in place. So I hope that by end of next year, we shall at least have the Kenya-Uganda, the Kenya, Ethiopia-Kenya, and the Kenya-Tanzania lines in place.
Fantastic. So 2020 is the year to watch in terms of interconnectivity in the region.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, David.
Yeah. Welcome.
For more industry-related content, follow the on-screen address. And thank you for watching.